Well, Matt, another 1-0 win at home against Enfield this time round. How big was that one against a fellow team you're battling away against?
Yeah, well, I think that's been something we've struggled to do, to be honest. We've put in some really strong performances against some teams around the top of the table, but we've sort of fallen a little bit short around the teams in and around us. But I thought today was quite convincing, to be honest. I think if you look back at the game, I think we've had the fair majority of it, and I think there should have probably been a few more goals in it for us. I mean, they're bound to have a couple of bits and pieces at the end because, the nerves are on their end because of where everyone is in the league. But I thought today we were very good value for our win, and I thought there was some really good performances all over the pitch. Look, we're delighted. We've always believed that we've got a really good bunch of boys, and we have. And we've kept them all focused, and they're all pulling towards where we think we should be at the end of the season, and that will be in a positive position.
And then obviously with this 1-0 win, it makes it 4 games at home without conceding, and making it 400 minutes plus without seeing a ball enter our net. Just how big's that been to see the change like that?
It is. I mean, look, ultimately, if you don't concede goals, then you win some games, and I think that we've struggled to do that. And like I think I've said previously, we've had a lot of change in our back line, but I thought the boys at the back and 𝗤mě, I thought they were fantastic today. Made some real good blocks. I thought Woody came in, did really great. But all over, it's not just defensive performances that the boys at the back. The front boys have got their job to do. In the way that we structure ourselves to make sure that we don't get broken down easily. We've done that again today, and I thought we sort of snuffed them out really, and managed, with the way that we set up, we sort of took away their danger, and I thought the guys did that really well when they managed the occasion as well, and the nerves, and there was some really good performances in there.
And then obviously we saw Sol come off last week, and not including the squad today. What was the reasoning behind this one?
Well, I think he's got like a little issue in and around his rib area, causing him some discomfort, so that was disappointing, but I thought Louis coming in did great. That's why you've got a squad of players. We would like Sol back in contention, because he's put in some really fantastic performances of late, and with him on one side and with Sean on the other side, who I thought was fantastic again today. Real bit of quality for the goal, real threat, looks lively. He's a problem for defenders. He can run in the wrong way, and some really good wing play, and to be able to get the ball and travel with the ball and go beyond people and get to the byline and cut things back and mess defences around is a little bit we've been missing that this season. So it's great to have him on board till the end of the season, and that little bit of quality today is it's a fantastic ball. And we always say to Kane, we think Kane should get more goals, and that goal today was a simplistic tap in, but it's because he's made a really strong run, and we think that those goals are there for a lot of closing the back post off. We should get more of them, but it was a really good performance from a lot of the boys, and Sean was certainly one of the stars in that.
And then obviously we saw a different partnership up top this afternoon compared to last week, with Olaf and 𝗣cie up top. What was the thing behind this one this afternoon?
Well, look, we've got lots of games. We've got lots of games coming up, and everybody says it previously. We're not a full-time team. We play against a lot of full-time teams, so we've got to spread it around. And I think the lads have got to really understand that. The lads are obviously disappointed when they don't play, but they've got to be grown up about it. And a lot of the time the changes, the people that are coming off the bench are the ones that are making the difference. So it's not always about starting football matches, it's about getting a result as a collective and as a group, and we've done that, and we need to keep on doing that. But the lads have got to understand that, they've got to, that everybody plays their part, and a lot of the time the way we set up is to make sure that that we don't concede first half, and we're strong, and we can go take that into half time, and then second half we can make some changes, and they can ultimately change the game for us. So everybody's got a part to play. Like I've said before, Gaz will have an idea of how he wants to set up on Tuesday, and the boys need to be ready to go again.
And then obviously, as you mentioned, Tuesday, Hemel away. Just how big do you feel the 2 wins on the spin will be going into this one?
Look, ultimately, we're not going to win every game to the end of the season. We know that, so it's about understanding that as well, and making sure that we're in most of the games that we play. And I think we are. I don't think there's been a game this season, maybe one first half against Chesham here. I think that's probably it in the course of the season, which is fantastic. We're in all the games, so we just need to go into that with a good mindset, which we've got. Obviously, confidence is good from picking up some results at home, and we need to follow that form away from home, because I think we're due a performance away from home. Sorry, a result away from home. We haven't quite got those over the line of late. So look, we're going into that. They're a very good side. They've got good players all over the pitch, and we will make sure that we're set up correctly, and we do everything we possibly can to go and get some more points.
Brilliant. Cheers for your time.
Cheers.